And I gotta change the category. We may just have to go to games and demos. Hold on, I actually may have to refresh this fucking thing. Ah, there it is. See, the rotund and truly what your thoughts are personified. Yes. Exactly. Ooh, it's actually a little hard to... Can I, like... Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, good. It didn't change it much on the screen either. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Dun dun dun. Okay, I can... Oh, I do not like how this... Okay, good. I have it mostly fit perfect now. I'm not gonna fiddle with it any... Well, okay, maybe a little more. Okay. Blech, love story with horror! Preferences, boil effect, parallax, like it's got all these little effects. Unskip unseen text. So I'm in the... So like we can adjust it. Horror, you say? Yes. It is a very interesting style of horror game. And I've already seen like a couple of the runs from some of the YouTubers I watch, but they didn't take routes that I want to take.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Could you hear that all right? Is the audio good? Like, as you can see, there's like some... I guess this is the parallaxing where when you move around it makes the page wiggle. It's so cool!
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see, so we've got options. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get a reward? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet. I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution! Turn around and leave. But I know what I want to pick. I know what I want to pick.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
All in, narrator
And
man.
before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Huh.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Let's see. End of the world? That seems a bit extreme. She's not
I'm
Sephiroth,
talking
is she?
about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Let's see. If you don't tell me why she is alive, how can the princess be locked away in a basement in the world? Do you have any evidence to back this up? Yeah, exactly why is she dangerous? You can't just mention that she is an XK ending level event from SCP without mentioning why, my dude.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it.
So she's Euclid. She's contained.
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
So this is post-French Revolution shit? Oh, hey. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say... Fuck. I'll go talk... Yes, I'll talk to the cabin. Fuck, I can't read. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning.
Pat, pat,
If
pat.
you go in prepared
I've
to hear
received
her
head
out,
pats!
she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
I mean, it's a doomed love story, let's go.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Oh, fuck you, Mr.
You
Narrator,
make your
I
way
will.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess.
Oh, hey, we got the voice of the
We're supposed
hero
to
going.
save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
To the cabin! Let's go. It's a very cozy looking place, though, isn't it?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So, back of the skull, angle it up to hit the hippocampus, right? Well, no, that's not the hippocampus. It's like the center of the brain. I think it's the medulla that's at the base of your spine. If you stab into that, that's basically it. Yay, yoink.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
To the basement!
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Also, may have wanted to play this as well because it's got narrating and I don't have to speak as much. It gives my voice a break.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
It's a soothing narrator too, fucking right? Like, all the voices are great.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Closer.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
But look at her, she's pretty.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet. We may as well be honest.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
No, it is not. But we're gonna hold on to it for right now. We'll hold on to it for right now.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
But we're not gonna do anything with it.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
You say this,
She's
but it's
unarmed.
okay.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Let's see, I'm sorry, can we just talk?
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
Okay, I guess we have no choice but to, like, drop the blade if we want this to continue. Fine.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, let's talk. I want to hang out.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. We'll be fine.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Preferences, hold on. Gotta lower this a little bit. It was, rounding it out. That's a little too soft now.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Yeah. Don't you worry about it, Mr. Narrator. We know what we're doing. I know what I'm doing. I see another googly-eyed beauty, and I am intrigued.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Well, hang on. I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe. I've been told you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Fuck you, narrator, I'm gonna be honest!
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Aw man, we don't get the option to say yes? Because, like, the main reason why she's dangerous wasn't really explained, but part of the reason why is that she is a princess, a figure of authority, and people would listen to her. I'm kind of surprised that isn't an option here. Well, I'm hoping you could tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her.
Yeah,
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
that's also a fair point.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Nope.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Mm-hmm.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you
I am
think
not
you
stabbing
want to
the
hear.
princess, Squirrel Dad.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
It could be worth a lot more than you think. You just have to be convincing enough. No, I am
She's
not
right
stabbing.
about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
I'm not stabbing her.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
I
I am not a murder hobo.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Well, oh snap! Hey, Giggle Plus Justice, welcome in. I hope you're having a good Friday Eve. Those big googly eyes, yes. Like this, the narrator has put the wrong person in charge There is nothing in my skull. Look into my googly eyes and tell me that there is a thought crossing this head. Stabber, I don't even have one of those. Squirrel Dad, I ain't got one of those. And I don't think the beak would be very comfortable. Let's see, how long have you been down here?
Too long.
No thought, only Google. Exactly, Raven. Yeah, of course you had to say it. Of course you did.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Shut up, narrator! No
I'm
one
guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay. Okay, we've talked enough.
Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Shut up, narrator.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Fuck you, narrator.
You
We're
walk
getting
up
her
to the
out of
chains
here.
binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
We have the voice of the hero. We save princesses, damn
They're
it.
large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I mean, we could also cut off part of her dress and use it as a garrote. Like her hand causing her to bleed, or her hand being cut off causing her to bleed out is a valid concern, Squirrel Dad. But like, we can tie it off. Like, look at that full-ass skirt. There's plenty of material there, and I'm sure she won't mind considering it would save her life.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Hey, Cookie Man Beanie, welcome in. And we will save... I've ended up largely where I would want to be, so I'm going to save over this one. Return. Oh, let's see, if there isn't a key, do you got any ideas?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Well, I mean, you ain't gotta lose the whole arm. I mean, honestly, looking at the cuff, like, if you wanted to keep your thumb, we could cut off the pinky, tilt your hand and arm a certain way to, like, get the blood into the cuff, and it could be like a lube, and then we could, like, wiggle your hand free. You wouldn't have to lose the whole hand. And nice, new earbuds.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Narrator, you bitch!
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Let's see, you've done this before, haven't you? How many times have you cut off pinkies out of stuff? Hey, if I had done it multiple times, I'd have no pinkies left, to be quite honest. I just think about weird shit.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Yeah, fucking right, Cookie Man? That bitch! Fucking locked us in!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
You bastard.
I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Fuck you, narrator.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Also, I just want to say, I love the style of this game. Like, the art style in general. I love the sketchiness of it. I love the hatching for the shading. It's just done so beautifully. I adore it. I'm sure you can go all shining on that door with that knife. I mean, if we stab it enough times, it would have to break eventually, right? No, I won't kill anyone, you bitch. Exactly, Cookie Man. You get it.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Narrator, fuck off.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Again, I say, like, we could have just cut off her pinky and used the blood to save her hand, or at least what would have been left of it. Oh well.
You cut into her flesh.
Wait, what does she eat? No idea. The story hasn't covered that, but also look at them eyes, they're so pretty. Those big googly eyes, I could get lost in them forever.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Ugh.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
I know, right, Raven? She's gorgeous. Let's see, one moment the hands have scales. Yeah, our hands have scales. We have like bird limbs or something. Yeah, if you want her dead, just don't feed her. Oh, apparently that hasn't worked for very long. Cause apparently she's been down here for a very long time. We didn't get specifics, but it's been far too long.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yes, my darling.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Narrator, what the fuck are you doing?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Quit overriding our autonomy, you fucking sore loser bitch!
Watch me.
Oi! Warn her.
Stop that.
No!
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Fuck you!
The blade. Move the blade.
No!
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Back of the head, base of the skull, please.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Good narrator, fuck you. Yes, exactly. Well, you are a big ol' Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. Hell yeah.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Well, that's not... I mean, I guess it'd be quick enough.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Fuck you, it was. The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I wouldn't say that, Cookie Man. Or do you prefer Cookie Man, or do you prefer Beanie, or like the full thing of Cookie Man Beanie? It's been a hot second, I didn't think to ask. I would never say that, but I would say go fuck yourself. The narrator can go fuck himself.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, good to know. What am I doing here? I
I
died.
assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth.
Oh,
There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
damn right, skeptic. Hey, Curb, welcome in. Good to see ya.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Shit! How we going over here? Doing good. We're playing Slay the Princess. Let's see. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
You made him a rhyme. What's the rhyme, Cookie Man?
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
Let's see, roses are red, violets are blue. I have 5 fingers. The third one's for you. That's cute. I like that. But yeah, I guess that is one point. We didn't listen to him, and that did result in us dying. Was he gonna put that on my next Valentine card? You couldn't know the third one's the middle finger. Yes.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
It is you, bitch. I mean, look, narrator, we're not killing anybody. We're just not
Sure
doing
you
that.
are.
You can suck a whole bag of dicks on it.
Anyway,
we ain't doing it.
I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
It sounds like a time loop.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I don't know. The basement door was locked, so I don't think she could get
Do you
out.
think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I mean, this is a hypothetical that we're never gonna know the answer to, narrator, because we fucking died and ended up here. We don't know what happened. It could be she went out and it was all sunshine and rainbows, but we don't fucking know, because we're fucking dead.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Exactly, skeptic.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Yeah, let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Hey, just do this very suspicious thing. No questions asked. Wait, why are you so reluctant? Fucking right, Curb? Alright, if people locked her away, why wouldn't they slay her? We'll go with this
She
one.
just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Okay.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything.
Like, I don't know, give us an example. I know you keep saying that the more we know, the less likely we're not gonna do this shit. But come on, give us a bone here.
Fine. Check your pockets.
Oh. Oh shit, we got pockets.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
Narrator, I want to take his middle finger. No, that would get it shitty though. No, thank you.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
How is this proof? Your bitch ass willed it into existence.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
This is a D&D campaign and we're the chaotic one. It's a metaphor. It means go fuck yourself. I know it's a metaphor for that, but I still don't want to stick anything up somebody's ass. Cause like, you threaten to kick someone's ass and to shove your foot up their ass, you follow through with it, and then you're wearing them for a boot for a day until you get to the ER to get them removed. It's not fun.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
The people locked her away. Aha, so we can still do this one.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Have you got some food, Squirrel Dad? But also, yeah, this is a D&D campaign. Holy fuck. Ooh. This releases serotonin and dopamine. The period fits perfectly in the claw. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Hero!
Yes, right. We're here because we're special.
Soon, on my way to get some nice. And yeah, exactly, skeptic. Air quotes special.
Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
Exactly, narrator's a fucking dick. But we're gonna waste yet more time.
Told you
What aren't you
everything
telling
need to
me?
know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Fine.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Uh-huh. Whatever.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
I love the skeptic.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Look, clearly he's a voice in our head. He is an what's the word I'm looking for here? He's just a voice in our head. There's a specific word for this, and I cannot think of it. But he has no corporeal body with which to wink, so he must say it out loud.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Oh, I'm focusing on her, alright. I'll find some flowers to pick and make them into a ring.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
But Milwa.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
But Milwa.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Yes, there is.
I think you know what we have to do.
I want to see how handsome I am. Yes,
let's not get
go.
caught up in vanity, but we should definitely take a closer look. Whatever it is, he must not want us to know about it. Is this some sort of rehearsed bit? Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
It's a nice mirror, though, too. Look at that molding on it.
walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
Like you're blind, mate.
It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Look at that texture in the strokes of the hatching too. I love textured brushes like that in like Thigh and Photoshop and Krita. They're so nice.
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
We got feathers. Are we at Kenku or near Kokoro?
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Well, I don't really feel like seeing how different that dialogue is, honestly. You are Harvey Birdman, yes. We are Bird.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
God, reduced to atoms.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
We'll find out.
You walk down the stairs and lock
oh,
eyes with
fuck.
the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
They really wanted to be sure she wasn't getting out this time.
So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Fuck you, narrator, it's always on the table.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Oh, that's our collar, obviously. We're meant to lock ourselves in and be here forever.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, actually.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure if I needed to. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're gonna sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you
her
before you
looks
get
have
too close,
changed.
holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You
We
do
will
as she
respect
asks
her
and
wishes.
sit on the floor, still
Because
a
we are
good
a good
distance
board.
away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Let's see. I've been here before. What happened after I did? You know what? Let's go for it.
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Okay, so we remember as the player character. She remembers for some reason. I guess maybe she is another player character potentially? And the narrator is either an NPC played by the DM and is playing it straight, acting like they don't know, or they do know and are just... or they don't actually know, I don't know. Bleh.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
Bitch named narrator. And she didn't really regrow her hand so much as we're in an alternate reality now.
It's complicated things. How exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
Sure, narrator,
Now hold
sure.
on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
Yeah, for fucking real. That was like, what, 10 minutes?
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
Fuck you, this bottle is seeping everywhere. It's a busted milk carton.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
I wouldn't call it pathetic so much as maybe a little selfish, I don't know.
I never said I wasn't.
Okay, I feel slightly bad for the narrator now. See, this is well closed. This is as well closed as a Coke bottle filled with Mentos. Oh no! Yeah, it's kind of going everywhere.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Now, he's being much less of a bitch. I like this version of the narrator
The more
better.
I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Unfortunately for you, narrator, no, I
I
don't.
won't.
Exactly, skeptic. He gets it.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Fine, we don't need it.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Also, at this point, I'm not unconvinced of the matter that the narrator could just be another voice in our head.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Ah, yes, sorry. Let's see. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
That's a valid point. She very well could be.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Who is that chain for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Yeah, we could, couldn't we?
Maybe it'll fit.
Yeah, we'd have company forever. And actually, your chains are pretty long.
Pat, pat, pat.
I have received head pats! Thank you. Thank you, Cookie
I
Man.
hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Got that dog. I don't know. I don't think she's into this kink. Look at her face. I don't think she's into being locked up like this.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Shut up, narrator. But she is into locking you up. I mean, she didn't say it. She just said, hey, it might fit.
Unless she really could survive.
Now, that would be kind of cool. She'd be a Doulahan.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Alright, you are now Beanie. Oh. Beep. How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, there's a shackle for your neck too.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Oh?
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Fuck yeah, let's see where this
You
goes.
should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
You know the meme, if I fits, I sits. Yeah.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Very good, Skeptic, very good.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Okay, Corb, sweet dreams. Thank you for popping in and hanging out as long as you can. As long as you have. See you again soon sometime. And I know it's already about time for the stream to end, but I want to go on just a little longer, at least to the end of this chapter. Well, I mean, she had a reason to kill us with it last time. Let's see. We can still inspect the shackle, and I'm probably going to end up giving it to her, so I'm not saying that. You realize that I have as much reason to... but I don't want to go that route. Let's see. I'm not giving you a weapon. In case you've forgotten, you killed me with it last time. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why
And
not?
why is that?
Is it a magical one
Do
that'll
I
just latch
even
onto
need to
me?
explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Let's go!
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As
Oh.
you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping
Oh.
around your neck.
Oh.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent
It can't
skittering
close by
across
itself.
the
Yeah, it
floor of the
shouldn't be able
basement.
to.
Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Look at her face. She's so pissed. Prison of your mind.
Yes.
Become your own jailer.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
100% done with this shit. Narrator!
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
How fucking do that? Fucking D&D magic bullshit. Yeah, exactly, Raven. Narrator!
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Important how, though?
Yep. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Fuck, this art looks so good! Not one for small talk, are ya?
Nope.
Oh, that's fair.
That's rude.
Did you know this was gonna happen to me? Princess!
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe.
Yeah, I guess the world is
isn't.
safe.
You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
But I mean, she's here. How? You said that the danger was in her getting out. She is locked up in fucking triplicate right now. And so are we. How the fuck are we supposed to get out? Not to mention everything is stone. Like, this ain't no fucking concrete cinder block. This is fucking stone.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
Yeah, that's what I want to fucking know.
It just does.
Narrator!
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time, and after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
That's a fair point.
I suppose you're
Oh.
correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
So, hey, Princess, you noticing this?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Okay, fine, fine.
Still rude.
I mean, to be fair, we did stupidly lock ourselves up to the wall, and I'm curious as to where this line is going, so I'm continuing with it.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
So that's interesting, like, in the other playthroughs I've seen of this game, our character that we're playing as has been able to die of starvation, and the amount of time that this shit would take, we should have long since starved to death.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
Yeah, she's
I
fine.
guess she hasn't.
She's got pure fucking willpower going. Oh, shit.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass. Until suddenly,
Oh.
there are no walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
You good? Uh-oh. We got hands! See, that's kind of fucking willpower that will stop starvation, yeah. See, but you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
See, I don't know where she went. I don't know what I'm looking for. The fuck just happened? She got shorted by her SCP power. Narrator's
It
gone
is.
too.
Does that mean the world ended?
It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like? If there's even a her to find anymore.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
I think we're supposed to look at it.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
What is this SCP shit? Fucker, right, Beanie?
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Oh, shut it, you two. You approach the mirror. Gaze. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Oh. So the other voices are gone? The body. It's you. Oh, we look a little fucked up there. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Oh, you are at the cabin. Approach.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Nope, nope, nope. Again, more SCP shit. I know, Beanie, but it's kind of cool.
Bruh.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I am a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Oh, shit. Hello, welcome in. Thank you. How is working on your game going? I see you were an RPG maker again. The bread is enticing, but the bird is not looking. Also, birds aren't supposed to have bread. It's actually very bad for us. It gives us bloated guts. It's not pleasant. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I guess in the context of where we are, no. No, it really doesn't, huh?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I mean, it would still be the end of everything else. The world as we had known it. Are you what sent me to slay the princess?
I know only that they are.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Huh.
Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I need to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay. I was sent to slay.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
I know, the music is rather soothing, isn't it?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Beanie. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Alright. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Damn. Fucking shattered us like a mirror. A guarded vessel. Bring the prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm gonna head out for the night. I want to try and get some rest. Okay, Oda. I bid you sweet dreams and good rest, and I will see you again another time. Take care of yourself, Bot Slayer.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So I hope you have a good night and safe chat. I hope you all have a good night. Yeah. So we got everything. I don't really feel like going through the rest of this. So let's just go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know.
And so it's some of the same dialogue?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your
So that's from before I locked myself up. I just gotta remember that.
You take the blade. The door to the basement, her voice,
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors.
Let's see,
Come on,
how
You
does this...
walk down the stairs.
So she
and
looks
lock eyes
the
with
same way she did
princess.
before.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her. She's so... Focus on the task at hand.
And
We'll
there
skip some
you
of the
are.
dialogue.
Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it?
She makes a compelling point. Don't you dare. It's fine.
We will drop it.
The blade tumbles
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
against your better We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
Don't just tell her that.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
That's a good question.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Nope.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
How to deal with them? What can we do?
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall, and they're large and heavy, far too solid.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the prince.
Let's see, we'll go back
Well,
with the knife.
you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always...
She speaks with almost. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure you attempt to make your. Is someone else here? Try the door. You're here.
It's locked. Turn the bottom stairs.
You make your way back. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door. The knife. Pick it up and...
You won't like. Against your you cut.
So we see
into
this
her
again?
flesh. The blade is. She didn't so
She
much as
yanked
utter
it
us.
off.
Free from. How is she so?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Let's go.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes as the princess approaches. Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
Oh, you bitch.
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she bent.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you.
I'm sorry. Warren, you was grayed out this
Do you
time.
think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death, but I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
No.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker. You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
Oh, it's still showing you with the raider message. But also, thank you again for the raid earlier. I don't remember if I said that.
If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, we'll kill her before she gets out.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The tower.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, I
And
guess
at the
it
end
makes
of that
sense.
path is a cabin. You're here.
I guess it makes sense that that the options would be grayed out, because otherwise that would just lead us to the prisoner again.
A warning. Can we tone down the I'm not being a pessimist.
Oh.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering and whatever. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we rescue her.
Oh wait, shit,
Given
I'm
the stakes of
passing
the
dialogue.
situation,
It's
there
new.
isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Huh. That... We'll let that be, we'll pause there. Save here at the tower. 'Cause holy shit.